The way that I really grew my channel and literally went from 0 subscribers to 1 million subscribers in just a year is This video is brought to you by Squarespace, an all-in-one platform for growing your brand and building your business online. I am a full-time YouTuber. Here is literally every single thing I would do if I had to start my YouTube channel completely over from scratch. First, let me start off with who am I and why do I think I'm qualified to give you any information on how to start a YouTube channel. Well, if you don't know me, my name is Sierra and I started content creation about 2 years ago, and I've now managed to make YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all the platforms that I do, I've now managed to make that my full-time job. I also want to say that I am literally a person who lives in Alabama. No, I'm not one of those like LA people who grew up in LA around people who do content creation or anything like that. Like I literally had no clue what I was doing when I started. I was just like, I want to post content and hopefully someone likes it. I originally started creating content because I'm a very shy and insecure person. I know not all shy people are just like, oh yeah, let me go to the internet. But that is what I decided to do. Also, whenever I first started out, I was kind of like a body positivity, self-love creator, and I just really loved how when I went on the internet, I could literally see people that looked like me and they were happy and enjoying their life, and they were just like very real and raw. Living in Alabama, everyone here is kind of just not like that. They're very judgmental. I just couldn't leave my house dressing how I wanted. At least I didn't want to at that time because I was just so shy and scared. But on the internet, there are literally people from all different parts of their lives, all different styles, all different body types, and I love that. I also posted a lot of plus size fashion on my YouTube, fashion hauls. I'm not really that type of creator anymore. I don't do that as often. I kind of consider myself, I guess, my niche as like a lifestyle creator now because I literally just post about anything. But now that you know a little bit about me, I want to get into what were my mistakes. The number one and most important, anybody will tell you this, you will get nowhere in life if you do this, caring about what people think. Say it again, say it again, say it again. Caring too much about what other people think of you. I was a people pleaser and I was a person who didn't want to do anything that would upset anybody, didn't want to be myself if I thought someone would judge me. Yeah, I cared so much about what people thought to the point where I would make content and I would delete them 30 minutes after I posted them, sometimes even sooner, because I was so scared that either someone in my real life or just someone on the internet would see it and judge me. Which is kind of crazy coming from me as someone who has a reacting to hate comment series where I literally just turn it into comedy. I cared what everyone thought about me. Literally, my content didn't start to flourish and get out there until I just unapologetically became myself. You're probably like, oh, my family's gonna judge me. My childhood best friend's gonna judge me. A random person on the internet who doesn't like how I look is gonna judge me. Who cares? Who cares? Because you're doing what makes you happy. And if it's your passion, then it's literally something that you could make a career out of. Who cares what they think? Like, they're just sitting there judging you on their free time, watching your video, scrolling, and guess what they're doing? They're making you more money. They're giving you more views. They're literally your #1 fan. So yeah, don't care about what other people have to say about you. Number two, and I still do this to this day, so I can't even judge. Waiting until I have the best equipment, the best setup, the most aesthetic house. I'm always like, oh, I need to move, and when I get my new house, I'm gonna be so much more motivated to make content now. Make content of you trying to get that house. Make content of you trying to freshen up the house you already live in. And I'm talking to myself here. I used to live in a trailer and I hated the wallpaper and I felt like I couldn't film anything. But this is when I first got into content creation, and obviously if I didn't just get over that and start filming myself, then I would never even be in the house that I'm in today. This was like my side hustle. Like this was how we were able to afford a house. I had a full-time job at the time as well, saved up some income from that, but like you're never gonna get where you want to be in life if you don't start where you are. That's my motivational quote that I made up for the day. You have to start with where you are. Like even if you don't like where you're living, you don't like how you look, even if you're insecure and you're like, oh my god, let me lose this 10 pounds, let me lose this 20 pounds. That's how I used to be. When is that day gonna come? You just need to start now, because guess what? People don't care. There are people out there that are gonna be like, oh, you could lose this much weight, you could use a better house. That's just gonna make your content succeed even more, and your personality rises above the artificial things that you see on the screen. There's tons of creators that I follow who don't have like the most aesthetic setup. I love them because they're them. them and their personality is what carries their channel. Like I said, I need to take my own advice, but this is 100% facts. Number 3, thinking that nobody would give a sorry, this is like a professional video. Let me say that again. Thinking that nobody will care. Thinking nobody would care about what I had to say. And even to this day, sometimes I'll be thinking something and I'm like, I want to put my thoughts into a video, but will anyone appreciate the video? People are bored. People want to hear what you have to say. Whatever input you have to add to a conversation, people want to hear it. Obviously, when you first start out, you might get a little discouraged because your views are low, things like that. But if you keep at it, people are just looking for other people to connect with. If it's something that someone can connect with you on, then they'll watch your video and they'll listen. Even right now, I'm probably like, I don't know who's gonna watch this video. Like, is anyone even gonna care to grow their YouTube channel? You're watching this video, you care, or you wouldn't be here. Someone out there is gonna be your #1 supporter, and they're gonna watch your videos, and they're gonna tell their friends and family about your videos, and then their friends and families are gonna watch your videos. You'll have all these people that care about what you have to say. But obviously, you're not gonna get to that point unless you're consistent with posting what you have to say. Number 4, comparing myself to others. When I tell you, I first started content creation and I was like, oh my God, look at this creator. This creator is everything that I wanna be. Look at everything they've built. Look at their style. They've just figured out everything they wanted to do with content creation. And I'm so jealous of this person. Or look at this brand that this person is working with. This is my dream brand. I'm never gonna be where they are right now. Like, I always used to compare myself to others, and I feel like that is just what makes you feel so negative about yourself. When you're doing content creation, just focus on you. Obviously, you can use people as like, oh, I want to be like that someday, but don't do it in a toxic way, whereas you're like, I'll never be like that, ever. Because I feel like that used to hold me back a lot, and I'd like watch other people's content and I'd be like, wow, like I'm never gonna be anything like this. I suck at life. That's what I used to tell myself. Number 5, be yourself. When I first started content, I would put little music over my little makeup videos. Those videos sometimes would do a little well here and there, but when I truly started to be myself and show my personality on screen, that is when people started to connect with me and feel like they knew me. There's literally people in my comment section that tell me like, I feel like we're best friends. I feel like we're on a FaceTime call, and that's how I want it to feel. I want to be myself. I want to open up to you guys. You guys are my friends. You guys are my friends on the internet. I feel like that's how I found so many friends, by opening up and being myself and not just putting on makeup with a song playing in the background. Maybe do a voiceover, maybe do a story time, maybe just talk to people about whatever's going on in your life. Everyone has something that they're stressing about, and maybe someone will relate. Like I said before, we want to see personality. Be yourself. You're not a robot. You're a person. Show them that. Now let me tell you what I would do if this were my first month starting a YouTube channel. This is my passion. Where would I start? Number 1, you want to think about what creator you want to be, and do you want a niche? Basically, like a niche is, you want to be a makeup influencer? Do you want to be a fashion influencer? Do you want to be lifestyle? Think of, what do you want to do? For me, that's why I consider myself lifestyle, because I'll do some fashion, I'll do some makeup, I'll do food reviews, I'll do cooking videos. But narrow it down to what you want to do. I feel like if you do one video and it's you reviewing a makeup palette or you doing your makeup, but then the next video is you reviewing a camera, and then the next video after that is you cooking a meal. I don't know. I just feel like those don't really go together. Your first month is really establishing what do you want to do with your channel. And then next, I hate to be the one to say it, but stop thinking about it and just do it. I feel like I was always like, ooh, I want to do this type of video. I want to do that. I want to do that. They were just ideas. They're only just ideas until you actually get up and do it. I don't put a lot of thinking into my content. Right now, I actually did write down what I wanted to say just because I knew I'd be talking all over the place. I only do that with videos that I'm sitting down and talking. But if I'm doing a vlog, I'm not gonna sit there and script like, ooh, I want to do this, I want to do that. Like, it's just natural. It just flows. Just be yourself and film it. There's so many people that have told me like, ooh, like, yeah, I want to do this video. I just haven't done it. I haven't done it. Just do it. After you post that first video, one thing you're gonna have if you want to do this truly and you want people to see your videos, you have to have consistency. Sometimes I slack with consistency because my mental health will be up here and then down there and then up here. Today's been so productive. Guess what? Tomorrow I could literally sit on the couch and be sad and not do anything. It really does start to affect like your views. YouTube starts to think like, oh, this person is not a consistent person, so I'm not gonna push their videos as much. Like I said, it's my job for a reason, and if you stop coming to work, your job is gonna fire you. Just like if you stop posting on YouTube, YouTube is not gonna promote you as often as they were before. And lately, that's something that I've been dealing with. You don't have to have like this crazy, insane schedule schedule where you have everything all planned out. But I will say, if your goal is to not be like a TikToker, like a YouTube Shorts type of person, and you want to focus on long form content, posting at least once a week is gonna be very beneficial for you. I think that is what YouTube looks for, is someone who's gonna be consistent and post at least once a week. When I'm consistent with posting once a week, I feel like YouTube does reward me with that. But the way that I really grew my channel and literally went from 0 subscribers to 1 million subscribers in just a year is posting YouTube Shorts. I don't know what it is about the algorithm over there, but those get seen to so many people. Let me tell you, my most viewed regular video like this is 600,000 views, which is very good, especially for me because most of my videos don't get anywhere near that. But my most viewed YouTube short, 47 million views. The one after that, 30 million views. So yeah, it is a huge difference. I just noticed my background thing turned off. That actually makes me kind of mad because I think that looks very nice. Okay, my background is back on. It's an Animal Crossing thing. Do I play Animal Crossing? No, but I think it's very cute and cozy. So yeah, like I said, posting YouTube Shorts, I mean, like sometimes I would do like 1 to 3 a day just because they're a lot easier to film. They don't have to be anything crazy. You can literally just use like a trending sound. That's what I used to do a lot, or I would like do a little makeup look, do something here and there. YouTube Shorts is a lot different than long form content. It's a lot easier to get recognized, at least in my case. Another thing I would do in my first month is do videos that are searchable. What exactly does that mean? For me, it was kind of like what I eat in a day, because people look for those type of videos, believe it or not. Weekly vlog, I look for that type of content. Cleaning my room makeover, because I used to watch those videos 24/7. Think of something that you would search for. That is a good video when first starting out. In your first month, if you really want people to notice your content, you need the consistency, and you also need just like titles that people can find easily. Unless you're on Shorts, then you can do literally any title, maybe link it to a trending sound, and the YouTube algorithm be algorithming. I don't know how they choose and determine when to boost your videos. I'll never understand YouTube Shorts. Okay, so the last thing is equipment. What equipment do I use? So many people ask me, what camera do you use? What editing software do you use? I'm gonna let you know everything that I use, but just know you do not need all of this fancy stuff. Like I said, I've been doing this for 2 years. It's now my full-time job. So that's kind of why I guess I splurged on some of the things that I have. But when I tell you, you don't need pretty much any of these things. The only thing you really need is your phone. You can edit videos and you can film content on your phone, especially if you're doing shorts. So I want to start with cameras, and it's only fitting to start with my phone. I have a iPhone 15 Pro Max, I believe. I think that's the newest. You don't need the newest. I will say I am an iPhone girly, so I do prefer iPhones over Androids, but obviously you can have an Android and still do it. I'm just an Android hater. So yeah, I have the iPhone 15 Pro Max. The only thing I will say with this is to change your settings. I looked up good settings on TikTok for what to put your camera on so that it's the best quality possible, and you can also film in 4K. So if you want your footage to be super clear, like this is like right now what I'm filming is on my camera, but it is in 4K. If you look at the bottom, you can change the resolution, and you can see like when I'm up here, you can probably see everything on my face crystal clear. The next camera that I sometimes use, which I don't use this anymore, but this was my first ever camera. This is the perfect beginner vlog camera. I did so much research and this is what I came up with. Also, I think it's a lot cheaper than most cameras. It was like $500, $600 maybe, which is, like I said, cheaper than other cameras, because when I bought this, I was struggling at my full-time job. I knew YouTube was gonna be my future, or at least I wanted it to be. And that camera is a Canon M50, and I did add on a wider lens. Like I said, great camera, pretty inexpensive compared to most. Great for beginners, but one thing I will say is like a con. Now all of my content is pretty much in 4K on YouTube. This camera does not film well in 4K. Next is the the camera that I am currently filming on, which was very, very expensive, but I love her. That's how I justified it. This is the Sony Alpha 7C, but I only did the body and I bought the lens separate. I love the crystal clear picture. I love that you can film in 4K. The only cons is, like I said, expensive, very expensive. It's also really big and bulky. When I took it on vacation, it was terrible. It's just so heavy. You know, like how you have like a necklace and you put your camera on it? I couldn't do that. Like I was finna break my back. That being said, I did buy another camera. I'm sorry, when you start content creation, you will realize that you're gonna become obsessed with technology. You're gonna be a little tech geek. So I bought like a miniature little vlog camera that will be easier to like take around with me. And that was the Sony ZV-1 M2. There is an M1, but the lens isn't as wide and it's just not as updated as the M2. I freaking love this camera. If I could recommend any camera, I think it was around $900, but if it's in your budget and you're wanting to do any type of YouTube video, like even if it's just like sit down, like eat videos, sit down videos like this, or vlogs, like I just recommend this camera. It films in 4K. The 4K looks great. It's not as clear as this camera, but I mean, this camera was much more expensive, so I wouldn't expect it to be, but it is a close second. Also with this, you don't even have to worry about buying a lens to go with it because the lens is attached and it zooms in and zooms out. It's also very wide. Most people that film vlogs like to have a wide angle because you're holding the camera so close to your head, so you don't want it to be super close up in your face. Another camera that I have, which I actually cannot show you guys, is my GoPro Hero 11. And why can't I show you? It's because I lost it. Yeah, I'm on the lookout for it. It's either in a bag somewhere, but I've checked all of my bags and I don't see it, or it just fell somewhere. Like I have no clue where it went. It's a tiny little camera. It's a really good vlog camera if you're like shy to bring cameras out in public, because it literally is like a tiny little box. It's the only camera that I ever really feel comfortable-ish enough to film in public. It doesn't have the best quality, but it also can go underwater. Like when I went on vacation and I was filming underwater content, that's the camera that I use. It also does film in 4K. It still doesn't have the best quality, but you know, it works. And also the lens can go wide. It can go like ultra wide. It can go just regular. It has all different camera lens. I love my GoPro. I just wish I could find it. I've been missing it. This is all of the software that I use for editing. All of my short form content, pretty much, unless there's a day that I'm feeling spicy and I export it to my computer, all of it is edited within my phone on CapCut. And you don't even need the premium version of CapCut. I literally have been using it for a year without the premium. I only recently got the premium, and only because I wanted like the text that pops up at you. There's ways to do it without paying for premium, but I wanted the extra feature. I had the extra money, so I decided to get the premium version. It's a free app in the App Store. You can also edit long form content on it. Like on a computer, you can get the CapCut app, or even within your phone, you can edit, and they have so many different features. Like I love CapCut. My cat is over here meowing. She wants attention. She probably actually wants to eat my hair. What are you doing? I guess she wants to sit beside me. Does anyone else's cat keep pushing their head against your hand until you pet them? Okay, lastly, how do you edit long form content? As I mentioned before, you can use CapCut for long form content, but I like to have something a little bit more advanced. I used to have a MacBook Air to do all of my editing, but I upgraded to the MacBook Pro. It is very big and bulky, but quality just looks a lot better when I'm editing. It gets brighter and it's just more convenient. On there you can use iMovie, but I hate iMovie with a passion. I don't recommend iMovie if you're wanting to do this full time. You can't add a lot of edits within iMovie. Honestly, I would recommend CapCut over iMovie. I used to use iMovie back in the day. Those were not the days. But now I use Final Cut Pro. I bought Final Cut Pro for myself for my birthday 2 years back. It was $300 and I was like, oh my God, I cannot believe I'm doing this. But it paid off. Sometimes with content creation, you do need to take risk like that. They really end up paying off if you are just consistent with it and you stick to it. Editing can be a lot. I can do like a whole separate video on editing if you guys would like. How I edit my videos, importing it, some of the edits that I like to use, the fonts, all of that stuff. But yeah, comment down below and let me know if that's something that you guys would like to see as well. You have little extra things like tripods, ring lights, clip-on lights, iPad, all those things. But like I said, you don't need all of this stuff. All you really need is a phone and your personality. You can literally literally just prop your phone up at a little angle and film, which is what I do sometimes. Am I propping it up on my computer? Yes, but you can use like a book. I did ask you guys to ask me some questions over on my Instagram. You guys know I do this all the time. So if you're not already following me on Instagram, what are you doing? Go follow me on Instagram. How did you become more comfortable in front of the camera? I love you so much, by the way. Thank you so much. I love you too. Becoming comfortable with the camera was definitely a challenge. I used to constantly look over here, which is where I see myself. So I'm gonna answer this question while only looking at myself, and you guys are gonna notice the difference. Like, do you see me looking off? I had to get used to looking you guys in the eyes, looking basically at my camera lens the entire time. It's actually kind of weird because sometimes, like right now, oh my God, I'm starting to like zone out while talking to my camera. Now that I'm thinking about it, it is kind of weird just sitting down talking to a camera, but somehow I just got used to it. I don't know. I'm literally just looking at a camera lens and somehow I'm used to that. It just takes a lot of practice and eventually you'll get it. I still think it's a little weird. How do I get my videos out there? It really depends on what videos you're doing, but like say it's shorts, try using a trending sound. Try using a clickbait title. Obviously don't do too much clickbait. For example, some videos that I've done, me and Kevin got reined in on our vacation. We still had a good vacation, but you wanna know what I titled the video? Because I'm a dramatic. Our worst vacation ever. Obviously it wasn't a lie that like the vacation went bad, but I was definitely being dramatic when I said our worst vacation ever. If you're looking for long form content, definitely do some clickbaity type stuff, but don't be too clickbaity because people can tell when something is like too clickbaity and not watch the video. It has to actually go with the theme of the video. Don't say in your video, I got locked up and put in jail, and then your video is just a vlog and you saw the police drive by. Like don't say that in the title. Everyone's gonna be like, what are you talking about? Like, I thought the point of this video was you getting locked up and put in jail, and you're telling me you only saw a police car drive by, they didn't even stop you? Like maybe if you got pulled over and you title the video, I almost went to jail, like that would actually make sense. It wouldn't be like technically a lie. That's how I go about like clickbait. And also in your thumbnails, you wanna be like a little bit dramatic. That's normal for me because I'm just naturally dramatic, but you wanna be like those are some of my poses that I do in some of my thumbnails. But another thing, just be yourself. The way to get your videos out there, just be yourself and someone will like your personality. Not everything is about like clickbait and all of that, but obviously you do a lot better if you do things like that. There's just a way that you need to like master social media where you can be yourself, but also get new people to like find your videos. How to get over the fear of people you know seeing your content and it's a flop at first. Not every video is gonna be a hit. And like I said, you can't care what other people have to say or think about you because people are assholes. People are gonna be mean. When I first started content creation, I'm not gonna lie, I blocked my entire family. My entire family was on my block list. I had drama with every single one of them. No, I'm just kidding. But I did block my family because I just thought it was too embarrassing for them to see and I knew they would judge me. Maybe just block people until you get to a place where you're feeling more confident. Then you'll just be yourself and not care what they have to think. How do you grow your following without relying on people you know in real life? So at the time when I first started content creation, I was at a place where like I was very introverted. Like I didn't leave my house for real unless it was for work. I kind of was not in a good place with my family, so we weren't talking as often. So I really just filmed myself, and I feel like that is kind of what helped me get through it, was filming content. Like I was just so alone. So I was kind of looking for a community online, and I feel like people can sense that, and other people that are alone will find your content and you guys will kind of become each other's friends. I know some content creators do rely on other people for their content, but I feel like it's a lot better when you build your content based on yourself anyways. Because I mean, there's people out there that start like relationship pages. Obviously I post about my relationship, but my whole page wasn't built on my relationship. Even though I feel like we're a very strong couple, anything could happen any day, and you don't want to have to rely on those people and be like, wow, what now? You don't need the people in your real life to also like support your content, because there's tons of people out there, like people you know don't care to watch your videos. Someone out there is gonna care, and they're gonna regret not being the ones to be like, oh, I'm your #1 fan. The same people that were making fun of you want to jump on the bandwagon of like, oh, I watched your video, your content's so good. Like I have people in my life like that who judged me when I started making content to the point where I felt insecure, but now they're like, ooh, I saw this video, I saw that video. It's weird energy, but all you ever need is yourself. How to gain sponsorships or PR. So for sponsorships, just make sure you have your email in your bio on your page or in the descriptions of your videos. Eventually usually when your content is popping or whatever, a brand will see it and they'll reach out to you. They'll either offer you like product or money. Some brands like to take advantage of people when they're a little bit new and try to get like tons of content for free and just send you like a product, which I used to be okay with because like I said, I was broke and I grew up broke. It felt like Christmas for me and I was like, yeah, I'll film anything for you. You deserve to still be paid even if they're giving you product. They make a lot of money off of using your content, so why not get a little money out of it for yourself? Also, if there's like a brand that you really love and you want them to like send you PR, sometimes I'll post something and I'll tag them and let them know like, hey, I love your brand, and sometimes they'll be like, oh, well, let us send you some goodies. That is like my favorite thing ever. And like, you're obviously not required to post about it because they're sending it to you and they don't say that there's any requirements, but sometimes I really like to thank the brand and still make content with whatever they send me. That was nice of them. They really did not have to reach out to me and offer to send me anything. Do certain video genres gain more views than others? For me, a lot of my what I eat in a days or reacting to hate comments, I feel like those definitely get a lot of views compared to just like my regular vlogs and things like that. As you keep going, you can start to notice like what videos are gonna get you more views. Don't let that discourage you from posting like content you really like, because I post other types of content even though I know it's not gonna get near as many views as the others. You never know how many views anything is gonna get until you do it. And also, I don't wanna put myself into a box where I post the same content 24/7 because then I'm not gonna have fun with it. How do you edit videos where they won't be boring? Just add in little zoom in, zoom outs. Make sure you edit it to where your breathing is out of it, like any spaces or anything. Hi guys, how are you doing? You want to cut out the spaces in between that where you're not talking, or it's just going to be kind of awkward and it's not going to be fast paced and people are going to have a hard time watching. Like, I talk a lot, but there's like so much of the video that I edit out. Sound effects if you need to, text on the screen, little pop-ups here and there, but don't do too many sound effects because that's what I used to do and it was very cringe. Hope all of this information helped. It just feels like I've been talking forever. Really quickly, I would like to thank today's sponsor, which keeps this channel going, Squarespace. They are literally one of my favorite platforms for building a website, and they have so many different features to offer. For example, we all know that you can access your website through desktop, but what I love about Squarespace is that you also have a choice to see it in mobile view, which is a great feature because I know tons of people are going to be viewing your website through their mobile phone. Another really cool feature that they have is you can link all of your social medias directly to your website, so anyone that finds your website can easily access your Instagram, YouTube, Facebook page, and any social media platform with just a click of a button, which is great if you're trying to get more traffic on your social media platforms. If your business calls for any scheduling, you can also use Squarespace to schedule appointments, which saves tons of time and tons of money because you don't have to download any additional software. Check out squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/sierra.ann to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain. So thank you guys so much for watching. I wish you guys the best of luck with starting your YouTube channel or your TikTok or your Instagram, Reels, whatever you plan on posting. I wish you guys so much success and love. Videos like this that really help me to grow my channel. Another creator that I really recommend is Catherine Manning. She's literally one of my faves. The reason I knew anything I knew about YouTube was because of her. Shout out to her, even though I don't think she'll ever notice me, but I follow her. I think she also lives in Alabama, which I thought was very cool. I didn't find that out until like way later after following her, and I was like, oh my God, she lives in Alabama too. That's crazy. But yeah, thank you so much. I love you guys. Bye.